Hey, just got off a podcast interview. I was a guest on a show called The Visible Expert by Hinge Marketing. Just taking a walk here, and I wanted to share with you a question they asked me and an answer that I wasn't expecting to give, but I did anyways. Hope the sound's okay on this, by the way. I'm not using my AirPods, just the iPhone. But hopefully you can hear me. So they asked me, what was something you struggled with in building your personal brand and becoming a visible expert? And I said, discovering the one thing that I can bring to the market that nobody else can. Discovering my unique ability to create and demonstrate leadership in the market in a way that nobody else can. That was my answer. Because that's a process. That takes time. That takes experimentation. That takes trial and error. That takes learning, introspection, reflection. Like, that's the hard work. And I see a lot of people that are really kind of distracted and focused on all the wrong things. Like, they're worried about, how do I get more exposure? And how do I make my videos better? And how do I start a podcast? And how do I, get more reach? And how do I engage with influencers? And how do I do all these things? But the fact of the matter is that, like, that's all details. Like, those are not the things that are going to make and break your strategy. That's not what's going to catapult you to success. What's going to catapult you to success is the fundamentals. What do you have to offer to the market? What do you bring to the market that nobody else can offer, that nobody else brings to the market? What value can you create that nobody else can match? Because when you're really clear on that question, then you're building your business on a solid foundation, right? You're positioned well, you're differentiated. There's not a lot of people like you. You create your own category, your own market. Right? And nobody else can compete with you. And then when you add in, the marketing and the content and the thought leadership and all of that, then adds fuel to the fire. So that was the answer that I shared with them, and it's what I wanted to share with you. You're probably not thinking hard enough and deeply enough about this question. What do you bring to the market that no one else can? Chances are you're in a market that's competitive. You have competitors. That's a good thing, by the way, right? Because if you don't have competitors, tells me that it's not much of a market. The fact that there are other people out there who are making money in your space is a good thing. But how do you stand out? How do you differentiate? I think differentiate is a fairly weak objective, right? To differentiate yourself is a weak objective, just to say I'm different from them. I don't want you to differentiate. I want you to create a market of one. I want you to create a category of your own so that when a prospect finds you and they're the right client for you, they've got the problem that you solve, they can see that they've got two options. Either they work with you or they choose something else, but they don't really feel very good about those other options. That's what happens. That's the effect of getting really, really clear on what value you can bring to the market that nobody else can. Not an easy question to answer. It's not straightforward. I don't expect you to rattle something off the top of your head right now. It doesn't work like that. It requires testing, iteration, creativity, reflection, introspection, publishing, right? Doing work, working with clients, testing different ideas, working with different types of clients. It's a road, right? But if you keep that question top of mind and you're focused on answering that question, then on your journey, you will discover an answer. Frankly, took me probably the better part of 5 years to really figure out where my space is in the market, and I'm still refining it, and it never really ends. But either way, that's probably the most important question you will ever ask yourself in your business is, what do you bring to the market that nobody else can? So noodle with that and enjoy. Take care.